The following audio is intended for mature audiences and contains adult content, graphic language, graphic violence, and strong sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to Fedori, everyone. My name is Slade, otherwise known as Tony. Whichever one you would prefer to call me, I am going to be your DM for the evening, and I have with me my three esteemed guests, starting off with Eli.
Fuck off.
Following up with that, Hacksaw.
To subscribe to Tony's OnlyFans, please use the code 10inchesin.
It'd be 14 inches, thank you very much. And last but not least, the Mayhem Vote 93.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so last we left off, you guys entered into the dual city of Lezery and Latath. You were told, or Mouse was told by Father to meet up with a specific individual that they were friends with in order to find another individual who is part of what Mouse calls the poachers. You don't know his name or any of that sort of information yet, but you did happen to meet the friend that Father mentions. He goes by the name of Chroma. A very stout individual, uses a very large warhammer. He had to go and prove himself by unfortunately getting into a bar fight that was started off by our compatriots here that ended up where Rhaegar got the worst end of it, and that's where you are now. So you're still technically in this bar. The bar, for those that have not yet caught up with this, is the Old Bat, and they have just finished beating the literal shit out of everybody. But thankfully, one specific individual here was smart enough to pay off the owner of the bar, saying that if you let us destroy everything, then we'll give you this amount of gold to redo everything. So, what do you guys do after you get into this nice little fight?
Hold on, what was it again? So we are officially keeping the first episode.
Yes. Because I don't have anybody to take over for the spot that I am playing as.
Okay, so just to double check, fight is over.
Fight is over.
The bar owner is now back in the building, and he's still okay with the fact that we've paid him off.
You paid him enough to basically redo his entire bar, so yes.
Okay.
It cost me 243 gold total for that one fight.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Worth it.
I kind of want to sit and talk to this guy. I want to sit and have a drink with him.
Well, you are sitting at the bar currently as we speak, and he has poured each of you a drink in celebration, quote unquote.
Fucked up kind of celebration, but okay.
Hey,
is the salad still there? Is the salad
no, Mouse. Your fucking salad is not there.
No, you destroyed this bar. That there are I don't know how many people, innocent bystanders, are in this building, completely unconscious, laying on the ground all over this bar. There are tables turned over. Furniture has been destroyed. I mean, this place is a complete and utter wreck. But the only people that are still awake right now is the four of you and the bar owner. So,
okay, so will he be willing to sit and talk to us, or is he like?
You paid him for this damage, so as far as he's concerned, he's got enough money to redo this entire bar and make it even fancier than, quote unquote, it already was. So
okay,
you basically just made his day.
You gotta really use the term fancy for a place that didn't even have metal forks.
Well, that's why in IRL I put quotation marks around it using my fingers and doing these quotation marks on.
Right, because everyone could totally see that.
Right?
I was gonna say this man
Hey,
can't even afford
hey.
phone. Never mind, call it fantasy.
Hey, we don't know. I mean, for all we know, the DM could be having he could be videoing his side of it, and we just don't see it. So
DM.
Yeah, it's for my
I
OnlyFans that
doing
was
this
mentioned
naked
earlier.
inside of a beanbag eating Cheetos.
DM, did I remember Mouse paid a bartender $1 to go find me some shiny. Are they back?
Yeah,
No,
you
it's the
got it.
barmaid.
You
Yeah,
got
the
it. You got
bartender.
what do we call it? A foon?
Fork. It
Yeah,
was
you got like a
Oh, yeah.
It was spoon. A silver
Spoon?
Oh,
Yeah.
I
In
forgot
this
about
world,
that.
forks don't exist. It's called a spoon.
Yeah, you got it.
It's
It
called a
was like-
foon.
It,
Yeah.
it was like the last innocent thing that happened before the fight started.
I think it was the only innocent thing at this point. Like,
I also didn't pimp her out. I just told her to make the guy feel. Can y'all hear that?
The fact that you gotta like reaffirm that really isn't working in your favor.
I did not pimp her out. Okay, I simply
Oh no, we know that.
wanted her to make his life better because he was miserable. He said he his girlfriend just dumped him or something like that.
Yeah, so he's passed out on the floor though. So like that whole
It's all
scenario isn't going to happen.
It's also good after the fight. She can be his angel.
He's gonna wake up.
He wakes up to her.
He's gonna wake up in a couple of hours, and his head is gonna hurt just as much as his heart.
I mean,
He won't think about it.
Well, he did get hit by a table while trying to sit up.
Twice. He got hit by a table twice.
Yeah, I wonder which fucking moron that was.
The one that was under the table most of the match.
It explains why his salad was on the floor. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Oh man.
I'll buy you a new salad. Don't worry.
Not here, you won't.
Well, no, but I'll go pick him.
Well, we didn't bother the kitchen. The kitchen, I'm sure, is still good.
Yeah, the kitchen's fine. I mean,
Yeah,
we never touched
okay. The kitchen is fine, sure, but like, there's nobody here, so the only person who could potentially make you a salad is the bar owner, and all he does is he just runs the bar. Like, he's not the cook. Everybody else ran away.
Can I do a
This is a very strange bar owner that doesn't know how to cook his own food.
Like, it's just like any other establishment. It's just like he just runs the business. He doesn't actually do the work.
That is the worst. That's probably why his bar has wooden spoons and forks.
Well, keep in mind, like,
he's not very good at owning a business.
Well, again, that's why he's so excited at the fact that you just paid him enough to get him a new bar that's better than what he already had.
Seems really low for a new bar, but I'll take it.
Sure.
Hey boys, we've got plenty of gold between us. Do we want to start a bar?
I have a lot.
Dude, you have enough. All three of you have enough gold to last you for the entire campaign. So
I've probably got enough gold to buy the fucking city.
Probably do.
Judging by the price of how much a bar is, yeah.
Well, okay, keep in mind, though, this is like a rundown city, so prices are going to change depending on your location.
So he's just going to buy more garbage stuff for his bar. It's not going to get any better.
I mean, it might. You don't know.
Yo, boys, you want to randomly throw the DM off on a side road and, like, just buy the city?
So basically, we have a Skyrim moment here with side quests of, here, let's figure out if the bartender is actually going to make a realistic bar with the money that we gave him, or is he going to create a rundown shithole like he did before?
Hey, like, we've made base of operations in all the towns we've got. Well, we've only been to technically one town, but this is the second town. We've made a base of operations over there, kind of, sort of.
I mean, the fact that the very first thing that you do, the moment you come into town, though, is you completely destroy a bar. And you paid the guy off in order to do so.
Destroying the bar was an investment.
We had to stretch his legs. We'd been on a journey for an entire day.
It's like the whole concept of scorched earth. Okay, if you want to fucking get something to grow more green and luscious, you have to burn it to the ground first.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're buying the town then. It seems like we've got enough money between us.
I would prefer if you didn't destroy my entire town. That I spent
No, we're
months
not going to
creating.
the town. We're going to buy
Who
the
runs
town.
gonna buy
this?
it and
Who
renovate
runs the
it.
lower section? Who runs the shithole that we're currently in?
Make a
Like the
history
sh-
check.
the-
I was fixing to say, make an
Yeah.
insider history check if you would like to know that.
Because I mean,
I would do history because that makes more sense.
Sure.
realistically, couldn't we buy the city and then turn it into a giant investment where we're just getting gold back?
I think you're talking about. I think you're talking about turning it into a slave city there, and I'm not sure if I'm good with that.
No, I was just
I'm
thinking
not
about
okay
chucking
with
tax on
slavery.
everything.
I
was
don't
just
want to
on about
participate
chucking
in
tax on
that.
everything.
You forget if we go down the route of turning
17
people
times.
into. If we go down the route of turning people into slaves, I have to change my alignment.
I didn't say anything about slaves.
Yeah.
I just said put tax on every building and every item that exists.
Okay, so what did you roll, Mouse?
I rolled a 17.
Okay, so with a 17, you do know that the individuals who own, quote unquote, the city of Lezery and Latath is the people that live in Latath, or not Latath, Lezery, who are the council of elders, quote unquote. They are like scientists in different departments that the people of both of these cities have appointed as their higher ups to run everything because of their intelligence, of course. So, in order to buy the entire city of Latath, you would have to get a vote between all 11 of the individuals. And if even one of them outweighs the vote of what you're looking for, they're not going to sell it to you.
So it's got to be a majority vote.
Yeah, it's got to be a majority vote.
How many people is it? Sorry.
11.
There's 11 individuals who run both cities.
A majority of them in order to get the votes?
Well, technically, we only have to buy 6 of them off.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I don't have that. Like, I don't have enough gold to buy off 6 people.
Yeah,
Well,
that,
you gotta think of
yeah.
this.
So
Well, it's
you
only-
got to take
it's
in
only-
consideration there might be some of them who are greedier than others. So like they might ask for more than what it's actually worth.
I mean,
So-
25 gold, 25 gold to each of them.
Hey, they
No,
might ask for like. You might get one of them ask for 25 gold, and you might get another one who might ask for like 25,000 gold. You don't know.
You're forgetting the Council of Elders. These are guys that are from the rich area of this place.
Yeah.
The poor area.
No, I'm asking about the Council of I'm asking about who runs this area. Because it's broken down into different levels.
You just got that answer. The people that run it are in the upper city of Lezery.
What? There's no.
So the
okay.
council-
Okay.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
rephrase. Let me rephrase. Okay, there has got to be some kind of like bad organization that runs this part of town. Not like
There is a bad organization down here, but they work for the government that lives up there.
Yeah, they answer to the Council of Elders.
They answer to the council. So there's a lot of shady stuff going on around here, and you also know that from the last episode that one of the council members is supposedly in alignment with the poachers.
Well, we got one that we got to kill.
You're not 100% certain of that. You were just given information that is a possibility.
Right, wink. Gotcha. I'm just kidding. All right, so if that's the case, then there's got to be a group of people that are against the.
Are you talking like
Council of
a like? Are you
Elders.
talking about like a rebel alliance sort of thing?
Yeah, there's got to be someone that is trying to start a group that like is a rebellious group.
What you haven't
Is there?
what you haven't thought about is that you could potentially ask this bartender, this bar owner, about more
Well,
information.
Think of it as me actually asking because I feel like if I do that, yeah, I asked him that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
with him. He said-
so the bartender he gives you the look and he says, "Well, yeah, there's technically 2 factions within the city. So the one faction, which is the higher faction, is the ones that live in the city of Lezery who run everything, but most of them are corrupt, so to speak. The other ones, they are in the Council of Elders as well, but they're minor compared to the bigger group, and what they're trying to do is find a way to take the laws of these two cities and outrule the ones who are outvoting them, basically, and take over the city and make it better. So this bartender is basically saying, without actually saying it, that he's on the side of those very few individuals who are part of the council that do want to make this city better, but the other ones are so corrupt that they're the ones that are outruling the others and making it to where that this whole situation that you guys are in right now is just a complete shithole. But there are a lot of stuff that are going on in these two cities that they don't want leaked out. But I'm sure that if you find the right individuals and convince them, they could tell you what's going on. But you also know, just from what Father told you, Mouse, that that you are supposed to go with Chroma and go up to the upper city anyway. So you have to go up there to figure out where this specific individual is that's part of the poachers.
I mean, I personally want to go up to the more expensive city when we're done here, but like, apart from that.
Question for the DM.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible for Rhaegar to first establish the knowledge of how to get up to the
all of you actually already know that.
Okay, so we know how to get up to the.
Yeah, there are two ways to get up there. One of them is a very sneaky way, a very like if you get caught doing it the second way, then it will be very bad for you, but it is a possibility. The first option is the easiest option, which will require you to spend some more gold. But you have to take a trolley up to the top layer, because the way that the city of Lezery works, it's from the outside, it looks like it's layered, so that there are different sections of the city that you can go to, but all of the trolleys lead up to the top layer, and it works its way down.
Okay, so is it possible for Rhaegar to momentarily separate from the party so he can explore like a larger section of the bottom city and then eventually regroup up top?
Essentially you could do that. However, the city of Letath is massive. It's huge. So if you wander off too far, you might get lost.
Yeah, I'm not wanting to do the whole thing. I'm just talking about, like walk a couple of blocks and basically eavesdrop on some locals and stuff like that. See what I can find out.
Pigeon.
Nah.
I was going to say that way you've got a form of transport and also a way to communicate with us, find out where we are.
Yeah, if you want to do that and just go like a couple of blocks or whatever and take Pigeon with you, you certainly can do that. That's not
okay.
That's not something that would be hard to do.
I'm assuming Norbert could like shrink Pigeon down so that he's like the size of a normal parrot. And
yeah, he can make he can make them in any size that he wants up to a certain point.
Okay, I'll take Pigeon with me, but I'll have him like literally the size of a parrot, and I'll have him like sitting on my shoulder.
Okay. So what does Mouse and Norbit do in this moment? Because depending on what you do will determine which one of the two of you that I decide to go with first.
Man, what are you doing again?
Mayhem's going out on his own.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a walk around a couple of blocks and basically like see if I can passively find out some more information about this place from the locals and see if I can hear them talking about anything.
What do you want to do, Norbit?
I want to go to the city, but knowing that, I'm obviously not. I'm going to notice that my pigeons going where I go. So
Well, if you want to go to, we can. I don't recommend. I can't go to the city. I don't want to go by myself. I'd rather go with a full group
Yeah,
because
that's what
I
I
am
was
an animal
thinking.
folk, and since we are looking for a poacher, I feel like if I will stand out more than y'all as far as the enemy seeing me. So
I have an idea, but you're not gonna like it.
You can plan the pigeon cage.
No, I was gonna say put him in the bag of holding.
No, okay. So the way the bag of holding works is that if you put Mouse in there, he would only be able to last in the bag of holding for a maximum of 10 minutes. And once those 10 minutes are up, he would suffocate and die instantly.
He can get in the pigeon cage though. I think we established that we made pigeon's chest cavity into a cage.
You could potentially do that, yes,
But
because
that
of
would mean
Mouse's
he's staying down
size.
here with me though.
But Pigeon is with Rhaegar, so Mouse would have to go with Rhaegar. And Norbit, you would be alone with Chroma.
I don't trust Chroma.
Yeah, so Chroma is in this party with you guys. Do what?
No, because I don't trust anyone that's parents name them Chroma.
your name is Norbit with a G.
I'm at least not named after metal, despite being made of it.
So, how do you want to divvy the party up?
My name is literally freaking five names in one.
That's fair.
How do you want to divvy the party up?
I'm not really too concerned. I'm down.
I'm good to run around with Rhaegar. I mean, we can cover more ground if we all meet back here at the bar. If we all like split up.
I mean, if Norbit, if you literally want to stay at this bar, there's still an upstairs loft where you guys can go and stay in an inn or whatever. So if you wanted to just stay and kind of rest up a little bit, Norbit, you could do that, or you could go in a different direction with Chroma and see if you can get some different information that Rhaegar and Mouse might not find.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Okay. So we're going to say that Norbit and Chroma go in one direction, Mouse, Rhaegar, and Pigeon go in another, and we will separate the party for a brief period of time to see what information they get. So let's start off with the larger party first, though. So Mouse, Rhaegar, and Pigeon, you guys, I'm going to say you go north of the town. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a picture for my party members, so they'll see what the map looks like.
Hold on, how's this working? How the fuck is this working? Because I thought I was literally just walking in the streets, minding my own, well, looking like I'm minding my own business, and having Pigeon shrunk down to a size where he can sit on my shoulder. How the fuck is Mouse gonna?
Yeah, so in order for Mouse to go, Mouse can go with you in this city, in Latath. And he can do so without having to hide as much as he needs to when he gets to the city of Lezery. When he gets to Lezery, he's going to be a massive target. Like, he's a huge target. Whereas in the city of Latath, he's not going to be as big of a target. Depending on his actions, could lead to him becoming a target. But right now, he's not noticeable. Nobody really cares about his race or anything like that. Nobody really knows what's actually going on unless you.
Because I cut out, I had to.
Yeah. So we're talking about you. So in the city of Latath, you're pretty much like 50-50 on being safe or in danger. Because most of the people in the city of Latath are just like your average folk who like run their businesses and live out their daily lives and nothing extravagant or anything. So nobody's going to really know about the poachers, quote unquote, and what they're really after.
Is there a way to go like incognito? Like if I like put on a hood and cover
you could certainly do that. Yeah, if you wanted to be on the safe side and make it to where it's even more going towards the way you're wanting to go about it, and then you could certainly do that. You could put a cloak over your head and kind of walk next to Rhaegar and make it look like, hey, I'm just an average citizen. I'm not a mouse folk. Like, you can do it however you want to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of like definitely hide my ears underneath a hood and kind of pull like kind of like a piece of cloth over my face to kind of hide my face. So all you can see are pretty much my eyes, and then I'll just hide my tail underneath underneath the cloak.
Okay. All right. So I need for Mouse and Rhaegar to both roll either insight or perception checks, whichever one that you would prefer to roll is your highest of the two. But both of you roll one of those, if you would so please.
What am I rolling?
Insight or perception, one of the two, as you're walking down the street.
19.
Okay. I'll wait for Mouse to roll his.
19.
Okay,
well,
perfect. Okay, so you two are walking along, heading north of the city, right? And you happen to overhear a group of individuals who look like a bunch of teenagers, honestly. You overhear this group of kids talking about, they say about there is a fight that is going to happen in the city of Lezery. And in order to get into the fight, you have to have a special ticket. But if you have the ticket, you can win a lot of money. And you actually hear several people kind of mentioning it, like through whispers and stuff. But they don't really give you a whole lot of information other than just that there is some kind of fight going on in the city of Lezery, and it's a big deal. Like, it's a really big deal. But the only thing you know on how to get into the fight is you have to have some form of ticket.
Can I go and talk to this group?
You can.
Okay, I want to wander up and I want to say, I couldn't help but overhear you talking about what seems to be a fight, a competition fight. You mentioned a ticket. How much would it cost you to give me some more information on how somebody comes by one of these tickets?
I mean, I'll take 1 gold and I'll tell you everything I know.
Here's 2. Make sure it's reliable.
Okay. He smiles gleefully and he gladly takes your 2 pieces of gold. And he says, well, the only information that I really know about this fight is that most of the higher ups are the ones that are going to be attending this fight, and none of the people down here are allowed, quote unquote, to attend this fight. But there has been rumors stating that the one who is in charge of this fight is one of the council members, and his name is Adam.
Is this like a fight to the death, or is it just knockout?
Oh no, this is not like a fight between people. This is something completely different, something completely new. They're calling it a monster fight.
I'm gonna give.
I swear, Tony, if this turns out to be some kind of weird Pokemon thing that you come up with,
no.
I
mean, you can.
Okay, so it's more like dog fights in a way.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, you can use.
Ever, we have one that can be anything we choose.
What's your passive perception? You know, by chance, Mouse, or even Rhaegar?
Passive hold on.
Yeah, what does it say that your what is it? Perception is wisdom. What is your wisdom score?
I'm assuming that's not the plus. That's the one that's underneath it, right?
Yeah, it's the number underneath it. Yeah,
17.
Yours is a 17. Yeah. So what's yours, Rhaegar?
12.
12. Okay, Mouse, you would know this just with your 17. Unfortunately, Rhaegar, with your 12, you're not going to really know what he's talking about when he says monster fight. But you can assume, Mouse, when he says monster fight, that he literally means like exactly what you stated. Like, he's talking about that a group of individuals bring in monsters from around the world and they fight one another. And the way that it works is that like you place bets on these monsters, and if the monster who wins will continue to fight until they lose, but it's just like an all-out battle to the death. Like, they pit two monsters against one another, they fight to the death, and whichever one wins, they continue with that specific monster and pit them up a different monster.
It's King of the Hill, but it's monsters.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so would Pigeon, aka Tony, be a candidate? Could be. How good is Pigeon?
Would Pigeon be a candidate?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
But how good is Pigeon, Norbit? Like, how good? Because Pigeon's just been kind of a defensive.
Is that not straying too close to meta?
Well, no, because he's allowed to know, considering he's a team partner. Pigeon has 26 HP, and his normal attack is a 1d8 plus 2. It's plus 4 to hit.
I can go ahead and tell you that you don't know what types of monsters that these guys are talking about. Yeah. You just know that when they mention a monster fight, it's exactly what we stated. It's like a King of the Hill kind of thing. But
so people go out and bounty hunting,
they go bounty hunting for these monsters. Yeah. They capture them, bring them to the pit, and then they fight one another.
Like dog fights.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
thing, where they pit two dogs against one another, and whatever breed you have.
Exactly.
Sometimes the breeds matter. I don't know. I don't really do dog fights, so I really don't know much about it. But
yeah,
I feel like that's what it was. So if you got this monster that's just the apex predator, that'd be a good monster to capture and put in this whatever cage match, whatever it is.
Right. But yeah, that's what these kids tell you is that. So they say that in order to get up there, you have to go in and buy one of these tickets, but they cost a lot of money in order to get one of these tickets. And there is absolutely no way on God's given earth that anybody in the city of Letath can even remotely dream of affording one of these tickets.
When is the fight? Because I actually have a question that would be kind of meta, Tony, but I think I'd have to roll for religion to figure it out.
Okay, so
I'm gonna ask.
The boy tells you that the fight is going on tonight, and it's not mid-afternoon yet. It's still technically morning, but it's getting close to mid-afternoon. So I'm going to say around 9 to 10 a.m. roughly.
Okay, so how often do the fights occur?
This is a once in a lifetime thing. This is something that's brand new to the city.
Crap.
This is something that's never happened before. It's just kind of weird that they decided this one specific individual name that he tells you is named Adam, which from your history check earlier, you do know that is the name of one of the council members, but you don't know what he looks like or anything like that. You just know that is one of the names given for that specific individual. But it's going on tonight. He's hosting it, and in order to get in, you have to have one of these tickets, and it's super expensive for a ticket. But
are we okay? So, just how expensive are we talking? Because if 25 gold is enough to fucking sort a bar owner out for the rest of his life and make him the happiest man on earth,
we're still in the lower part of the city. So these kids are probably really poor too. So to them, the expensive ticket is probably
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Average high school sports game.
I mean, to these kids, it could be 50 gold. That's what they're meaning. Super expensive.
Yeah, they don't know how much it is themselves. They just know that there's no way that they can afford it.
Yeah, so the reason I was asking about when it was, Tony, was because, and how often does it happen, was because I was wondering about about what could have possibly be at home that I could try to get them delivered.
Yeah, this is it happens tonight, and this is the first time that this has ever happened into this city. But they don't know how to get there. They only know that it's happening in Lezery, And in order to get there, you have to go to Lezery, find somebody who can sell you the tickets, and the tickets are way more than they can afford, but they don't know how much. But nobody in the city, in the city of Latath, can afford it, nor are they allowed to go into it.
All right, I'm done with this. I'm done with these kids.
Okay. He thanks you for the 2 gold, and he says that he hopes that the information that he gave you was beneficial. All right, so we're going to swap over to Norbit for a minute. Norbit, you are with Chroma.
Yes,
You're walking south of the city. You're actually heading to the darker part of the city where most of the criminal activity happens. You need to roll me either an insight or perception check. Whichever one is your highest one.
They're both the same.
I'm going to roll for Chroma. See what I
I
get.
got 16. I'll do perception.
Do 16 with perception? Okay, so you will hear this. Chroma will not. So Norbit, you basically have kind of similar experience that Mouse and Rhaegar had, where you hear these individuals talking about a fight, but you overhear one of the groups. It's an older looking man and another individual that you can't see because he's hiding underneath a cloak. They're talking about the fight, but they mention something about Adam that catches your interest because of something you heard Mouse say. You hear them talking about that how Adam has made a deal with the poachers in order to get this set up.
Right. Alright, can I try and eavesdrop some more on them?
You can. I would need you to roll me a stealth check if you wish to do that. If you do it, then Chroma's going to do it too.
Give it a fucking shot. Let's not talk about it.
I failed too, so it's fine. But yeah, so both of you try to kind of like hide yourself and stealthily try to eavesdrop into their conversation. They both look at you and they stop the conversation and they just kind of walk off and go back inside of the building that they were standing next to. And then they lock the door behind them.
Yeah. Alright, so you said Adam was arranging something with poachers, right?
You specifically don't know who Adam is. You just know that they mentioned the name.
That's what they said.
Yeah, you just know they mentioned the name Adam, and that whoever Adam is had made a deal with the poachers in order to set the arena up in order for this fight to go down.
Alright, well, that's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to relay that information to a mouse through the flip phone, or whatever it was.
Okay. Alright. So, in order for you to do that, I need you to roll. What was it I had set for that roll?
Can I just do it through Pigeon? Because technically Pigeon has one connected to, and Pigeon can tell them.
Well, I had a special skill that that all of you don't have on your character sheet that is specific for the phone. There it is. I need you to roll me just a regular 1d20, and this is called a communication skill. So the way that communication skill works is that you don't get any modifiers for this skill. You roll a simple 1d20, and depending on what you roll, determines how much of the information can be carried over from you to the other individual who you are trying to contact. So it's kind of like the further away you are from one another, the harder it will be to communicate. But because you guys are so close, the DC is not going to be that high.
So what am I having to roll? Just a 1d20?
It's just a 1d20 with no modifiers. It's called a communication skill. 11? Yeah, you absolutely communicate that to Mouse. Mouse, okay. You feel that the phone that was given to you earlier starts to go off. It doesn't make like a sound or anything. It kind of just like moves in your backpack and you can feel it. You answer it.
Does anybody get a tingling feeling?
I guess Rhaegar is not responding to that.
I am not tingling, if that's what you're asking.
Maybe it's just me. I feel a vibration. Do you feel a vibration right now? Is there an earthquake?
I'm not feeling a vibration, but Pigeon's making noise.
Pigeon is pointing to your backpack.
Oh yeah, I open my backpack.
You see your little device moving and shaking.
I poke it.
It opens up, and you hear Norbit's voice coming through. Norbit, what's the message that you relay to him?
I just heard some people speaking, and basically, I don't know if this is going to mean much to you, but Adam set something up with poachers about a fight. As well, I know. There's poachers in it, I know that's what you're on with, so, and you know.
Alright, so Mouse, you hear all of that.
No phone, who this? No, I'm kidding. No, I tell him that we're getting the same information on this side of town as well.
Okay, I need you to roll the same roll that Norbit rolled, a communication roll. The roll just a straight 1d20.
15?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so everything you just said gets relayed back to Norbit. So sweet. Norbit, you wait up like a minute or two, and then you hear Mouse's voice back to you, and what he just said gets relayed back to you.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So you all know about the fight. You all know that you have, in order to get to the place of interest, you have to go to the city of Lezery. So do you guys want to travel there and meet up with one another in the city of Lezery through the normal means, or do you want to be sneaky about it?
To be fair, I would rather do the normal means.
Ooh. He doesn't want to sneak. Okay. First, I would like to go back to the bar real quick, Tony, and rest up. Can we rest up real quick?
You most certainly can.
Do we have time to rest up? That's
you technically, if you do a short rest, then you will be within 2 to 3 hours left before the fight starts.
Okay, before that, then I would like to ask the bartender if he knows of anywhere we can get black market creatures.
I would also like to know this information.
Of course,
I have a feeling that that's going to be on the higher level.
Yeah, that's what the.
No, if this is the really shittiest part of town, you probably get away with a lot more down here than up there.
Yeah, so the bartender tells you that that most of that you are looking for does happen in the city of Lezery. However, if you go south of the town and go as far south as you can get, there will be there's a specific individual that might sell you something.
How much does everybody have?
504.
I'm keeping my gold count a secret because personally, Rhaegar wants no part of this.
Okay. So do you want to go through that, Mouse?
Hold on, give me a minute. Sorry, I had to change my gold real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'll head to that part of the city. How long would that take?
It won't take you that long. I'll give you an option right now. I'll give you an option right now. If you go through with going to the very south part of the town in order to buy an animal and try to get into the fight that way, you can do that, and I will allow you to keep your short rest. However, how much gold do you have on you right now?
550 gold.
Okay.
I still have the one ring. One of the rings that I put on my dog, and I think that's about it.
Okay.
And I have a shit ton of copper and some silver.
So here's how much gold did you say you had exactly?
550.
550.
I had to deduct the amount that I put. I gave so much to each bar patron, each of the customers that we had knocked out that were still present after the fight was over. I gave them, I think, 5 pieces of gold each.
Okay.
'Cause I wrote it down last session. I wrote down it was 215, and then it was a total of 28 because I gave 25 to the bartender, and then 3 total to the barmaid.
Okay. So here's how I'm going to do this. If you do what you're wanting to do, I'm going to go ahead and tell you how much it's going to cost for the cheapest monster that he will sell you. And you cannot roll for it. And in order for you to do it, then somebody in your party needs to spot you 25 gold pieces on top of that. Get into the fight.
With the ring of feather falling.
Yes.
How much is the ring of feather falling?
I'm going to allow you to have 300 gold pieces for the ring of feather falling, even though it's technically worth more than that. I'm going to let you have 300 gold pieces for the ring of feather falling, and then you're going to have to spend 275 gold pieces on top of that for the cheapest monster, and that will leave you with 275 gold pieces left. And in order to buy the ticket that you need in order to fight a monster, you're going to have to get one of your party members to spot you 25 gold pieces.
I will spot for the ticket, but I want none of my gold to go towards paying for the monster.
Yeah, so if Mouse goes through with this, that's what's going to happen.
How much is the base value of the monster?
Of the monster? Let me add it up. I gave you 300 for the ring of feather falling, plus you're going to have to... It's going to be at the cheapest 575 gold pieces for the cheapest monster. That's if you give up the ring of feather falling.
Well, that would give me a total of 800 then.
No, you have to spend 270, half of what you've got in gold pieces. You have to spend half of that. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 500.
No.
I was like,
you have to spend half of your gold pieces plus the ring of feather falling in order to get the monster. That will leave you with roughly 275 gold pieces. In order to purchase the ticket, in order to fight a monster that you own is cheaper than the ones that Norbit and Rhaegar and Chroma are going to have to buy. Somebody has to spot you 25 gold pieces in order for you to pay that off, but that's all of your gold.
Question, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in one of the last episodes, Mayhem had asked the blacksmith to make stuff for us. What did we receive? I don't think I ever found out.
No. I asked the blacksmith to make stuff for me.
Yeah.
I remember he also said, I also have companions as well.
No. That was me explaining why we were there.
Yeah, he was explaining why you guys were in that town. So the only person who received any items from the blacksmith is Rhaegar.
Right.
So if that's the way you want to go about it, you can do it that way. The ticket that you're going to buy is cheaper than the one that Rhaegar and Norbit and Chroma are going to have to buy. But you're still going to have to spend all of your gold pieces in order for you to go about the way you're wanting to go.
All right. I would like to see what the monster is first before I make an investment.
Okay, sure. Okay, so we're going to go for you right now.
And I'm going to stay incognito doing it too.
Okay.
Norbit, do you want to go with me?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Sounds like fun.
Okay. Rhaegar, you're going to stay at the bar?
No, I'm going to make my way to the upper tier.
You're going to make your way up to the upper tier, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to start with Mouse and Norbit then, because theirs is going to be the most... Theirs is the one that's going to be the most controversial in all of this. Depending on how this goes down, could change a lot of stuff. So I'm going to start off with them.
Try to haggle too. So
yeah. Like,
wait, didn't the DM say that the price was the price? You couldn't haggle.
The price is the price. You cannot haggle.
Oh, okay. I cannot haggle. Okay, then never mind about the haggling then.
1, 2.
I do want to get Pigeon back before we do this though, just in case shit goes down.
1d8. All right.
Yeah, because there might be a chance that this guy, if he's collecting monsters, that he actually might be a poacher.
That's the risk you're going to have to take if you want to do this.
Well, I know that's what I'm telling the party. I'm relaying it to my party. I'm not telling you, Tony.
Okay. All right. So is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Mouse and Norbit are going that way. Rhaegar, you're heading towards Lezery, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say that Chroma is going to go with you, Rhaegar, because he knows his way around Lezery better than you do. Okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So we're going to start with Norbit and Mouse. Norbit and Mouse, you head to the very south of the town of Latath. And the further south you go, as I've stated with Norbit, the more darker, more sinister, the more back alley shit that happens here. But you get as far south as you can get, and you do see at the very edge of the wall that there is a small hut with several different fences and cages outside of various different types of monsters. Okay? And you don't see anybody outside, but you do see that the inside of the hut is lit and that there's a fire going. What do you do?
Do you want to go in, Norbit?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, I'll go in if you go in too.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So,
I'll go straight in.
guys just want to walk in, or do you want to knock on the door?
I'm walking.
Okay.
Well, I mean, how do we see the fire? Is the door?
There's like a chimney. There, you see like smoke coming out of the chimney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
I'm
Let's
just
knock
gonna
on
walk
the
in
door
with some
first.
big dick
Okay.
energy and be like,
Mouse.
Okay. I'll follow behind his big dick energy.
So Norbit's just walking in. Okay. Norbit opens the door, walks in. Half of this hut looks like to be like a living area, and the other half is like a store-esque type. So you walk in, you see a hooded figure. Can't really see his face all that well. It's quite dark in this hut, even though that there is a fire going. But he's on the left side of the hut, and the fire is on the right side. You walk in, he sees you come in, and he looks to the both of you and says, "What business do you have with here?"
I heard. Wait, are we at the place for the monster?
I sell monsters, yes.
Yeah, no, I meant that character I had a brain for. Alright.
Like, did you not see the cages outside, dumbass? Like, you waltz in here like a motherfucking...
Wait, did you say there was cages outside?
Yes, there's cages outside.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even hear that part.
Yeah, it's like...
That's what I was saying.
Did you not see the cages outside, you dumbass?
Are you sure you said that?
Yes, I did say that. There are cages outside.
Shit. Oh, okay, then yeah. Stupid. Way to go, big dick energy.
I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
He asked me, I was hanging, I've got the perfect response.
Yeah, well...
I look at him, and with his big dick energy, I feel more confident, even more confident than I am, because I'm overly confident anyway. And I look at him and go, "Cages don't mean nothing, man. It could just be for show."
Skippers.
Are you here to buy a monster or not?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
What do you have?
All right, give me a second.
This is where he's going to show us your fucking dog. This is a beast of terrible turds.
He asks you how much are you willing to spend.
That depends on the creature.
He says that...
Start at the lowest and work our way up.
Okay, so he says, "Follow me." He takes you two both back outside and walks you behind the hut. And there are 8 cages back here, and all 8 of them have something in it.
And the first one is Chief Gertwag.
Oh my god, I swear to fuck if we get to buy Chief Gertwag.
We just want this game. We don't want the creature.
The first cage that he takes you to is literally a giant scorpion.
Continue.
Okay.
It's way bigger. It's almost the same size as Norbit.
Lit. Alright, I like that. Continue.
That's the cheapest one. Okay. The next one he takes you to is an owl bear.
Alright.
It's literally like it sounds. It's literally like it sounds.
God, yes.
It's literally like it sounds. It's a giant bear with an owl head.
Yeah.
Literally like it sounds.
I'll get you a picture for visual.
Oh my god, yes. Post a picture. Make sure it's a legit picture. Don't post some
no.
Okay.
stuff like you did with the dog.
Are you doing it, Norbit? Are you doing it?
I'll do it because I was searching up pets and stuff like that ages ago, so I have a very well understanding of the creatures you are currently saying.
Okay. All right. Send him a picture. Send a picture and a owl bear.
With the scorpion, so the scorpion's the lowest, right?
The scorpion is the cheapest.
That's what I mean. The lowest.
Yes, it's the lowest one. Okay.
I sent it in the Discord for people, by the way. I'll try and do that with all the creatures for you.
Okay. But that's for Mouse and for my party members. Norbit just posted a picture. For those that are listening right now, just go to Google and look up owlbear.
Yeah, it's literally the first image there.
I already know what it is.
Okay, so do you want me to continue?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and continue, because I'm actually going to talk to him after we see all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
The third one is very familiar to Mouse. It's a water weird.
I tense up and I quickly I fast walk towards the next kid. What's in this one?
The next one is a werewolf.
Ooh. Wait, isn't a werewolf technically a person though as well?
Not necessarily. There are instances where the wolf side of a werewolf completely takes over the human side and they can't change back.
You'd be an animagus then.
It would be an animagus, yes, but in the fact that this world has variations of were types, they still classify them by their names, so it would be a werewolf, but it would be classified as an animagus just because he's unable to revert back to his form.
Alright, just for reference for people listening, I am posting pictures of each animal Tony is saying for us to look at.
Yeah. So far we've got giant scorpion, owlbear, water weird, and a werewolf. Do you want me to continue on?
Please.
Minotaur.
Right.
Okay. The next one is a manticore.
Ooh. Alright.
No, not the manticore.
No, I'm okay with. I don't like manticores.
The next one is called an ankylosaurus.
No.
Oh, an ankylo. Oh, they're
fucking
cute.
dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur, yeah. It's a dinosaur.
Cute.
The most expensive one is a basilisk.
Oh shit! Alright.
Wait. Are those still the same kind? The basilisk? Are those the poisonous ones? The ones that turn you into stone?
That's what I was wondering.
You don't know, but you can ask. Because you kind of get the feeling that this guy knows more about these animals than you guys do. So if you want to ask him that,
as far as D&D goes, not for that, or is there this?
Okay, so there
D&D goes.
As far as D&D goes, the most common basilisk does have the petrifying gaze. When they look at you in a certain way, they can petrify you.
Okay, so
that's the most common. That's the most common.
I say we ask about which one.
Yeah, we can. I was just asking because I wasn't sure because I know I wasn't sure about how the D&D creatures are.
I'm leaning towards the Ankleo because you got to think that's an armored dinosaur with a giant bone club. That's gonna fuck everything up.
Yeah. So
set on keeping your direwolf pup?
Yes, I have.
We can't keep this animal. We can't keep it. If we're gonna
well, I can
animals on our team.
Question for the DM.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to send you something in real quick in DMs, and I need you to answer it.
Okay, go ahead and send me that, and I'm going to tell this... Oh, you already sent it. That was quick.
And signing them DMs really quick.
No.
Okay. So It wouldn't work. It would not work in our advantage?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, so these are the 8 monsters that he presents to you.
We're going to ask what type of basilisk it is, whether it's one of those petrifying ones or
not. He looks to you and states that it is a poisonous basilisk. So it does have the petrifying gaze, but its bite is also poisonous.
I look at him and I go, "How did you come across all of these creatures?"
I buy them off certain individuals throughout the realm. They go out and catch them. That's their sole purpose, their sole job, and then I buy them. I'm specifically in this town in order to pit these monsters that you're looking at right now against one another. So these are the ones that are going to be appearing in the fight tonight. If that's what you're wanting one of these monsters for.
So, right. So
there's technically one other monster though that I do have that's not for sale. But if you would like to see it,
tell us this.
If you would like to see it, I'll show it to you if you're interested.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I actually have something on, like something now. So, Tony, I draw. Is it like dirt ground?
Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah, it's dirt ground.
I draw the symbol of the poachers on the ground.
He looks to you and he doesn't recognize it.
Okay.
I want to see
can
what
I use
else
an insight check? So he does. Okay, so you're just telling me I don't have to roll an insight check to see if he does or not.
Yeah, no, he looks at you and he's confused by what you draw. So no, you don't have to.
No, you have no idea what this is.
No, I do not.
Oh, hey Norbert, should I risk it and take off my hood?
No, keep it up for now.
Keep it up, okay.
Until at least after we've got this.
Until we purchase. Okay.
Yeah. I want to see what else he was talking about, just out of curiosity.
Okay, yeah, if you're curious, yeah, I'll go with you. We can go look.
Okay.
Because we might be able to
try to take us down to his dungeon. And
well, now that you mention it, so he walks past all of the cages and all the where the 8 monsters that he just showed you at, and there is a kind of like a latch leading underground. He opens it up, and there's a ladder leading down. And he says, if you gentlemen would kindly follow me, and I'll go first.
You're not going to, do anything weird, are you?
No.
Like, what weird?
Like, I've met people before, and they tried to do some weird things.
Would you like to go first?
No, the fact you're going first is better. You
okay.
Go first.
Okay. So he goes down first and says, if you two would follow me, I'll show you the last monster. But this one, again, is not for sale. This one is paid for by the higher-ups.
I'll go down.
Okay.
So the higher-ups, are you talking about the Council of Elders?
Yes. One of them in particular has bought this one.
You're about to meet the fucking opponent for later on.
Probably.
Yeah, we're about to meet the boss battle.
Probably.
All right, so do both of you go down?
Tony, what was the name? Wait, what was the name of the elder that we were questioning about earlier?
Adam.
Adam?
Yeah.
Adam? Can I bring that name up to him?
You can try, yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I go, is it Adam?
He looks to you and says, I'm not really sure. The money that was given to me was done very stealthily and in secrecy, so I just know that it came from one of the higher-ups.
As we're climbing down the ladder, I'm going to ask.
I'm really enjoying how open this guy is. Like, he's just so calm. And, like, he's just like, oh yeah, but it's from a higher. Yep. Like some of the big people in this town. He's the one of them bought it. I don't know which one, but yeah, it was one of them definitely.
As we're climbing down the ladder, I'm going to ask him how much they paid for this particular creature, just so I can see if I can kind of overpay over them.
Okay.
Oh.
So by that time you ask him that question, you guys reach the bottom of the ladder and you turn around. There is a massive cage down here in this very large room. And inside of the cage is a blue dragon wormling.
Oh shit.
Okay.
And you can also tell that this blue dragon, this little tiny dragon that is almost quadruple the size of Norbit, even though he's the smallest of his kind, is very angry. Extremely angry.
Did I get an answer out of him on how much they paid for this?
He looks to you and says they paid about 8,000 gold for this blue dragon.
Yeah. Right. So, I'm going to speak to Mouse out of session here about this real quick.
Yeah.
Like, as just a potential option, we could always climb back up the ladder first and just shut the door leading to the ladder so we can't get out, and then just take all the parts, use them.
So I like to run against when he says like if he's going to do that. If you're planning on that, can everyone do an insight check, Tony?
On what specifically?
On the dealer.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to do
sure. Do an insight check on the dealer.
Arcana check. Norbit, do an Arcana check.
All right, do an insight check. Mouse and Norbit do an Arcana check.
Okay. I was just asking you that as like a potential.
Yeah, I know. But if we can like figure something out about this guy, maybe we can take him.
Yeah. True.
I'll let you go first.
I got a 19.
Nice.
He is fucking ripped in magical power.
Jesus. He's running that bowflex.
He's a warlock.
He's got those cum gutters just in magical power going on.
There is a reason why he's in charge of all of these monsters. There is a huge reason why he's in charge of all these monsters.
Is he a druid?
You don't know that.
I'm going to assume that you are right on that one, Rhaegar, just initially.
Mouse, for your insight check, what did you get?
I have a 12.
Even with a 12, you know that this guy is pretty chill and laid back, that his number one priority is getting as much money as he possibly can get. And so far, his business is booming, even though it's illegal to do what he's doing.
Right, fair enough.
So he says chill and laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty cool with just about anything.
I light up in front of him.
He pulls out a joint as well and starts whipping it up.
What can I do? Can I do? Wait, since this is like my thing, do I have to roll an insight check to know what
you specifically, Mouse, get to roll an insight check with advantage. If Norbit or Rhaegar tries to roll it, they would be rolling regular.
I'll just let you do Mouse.
Yeah. I got a dirty 20.
He is smoking the.
Hold on, I get advantage. I'm gonna see if I can get.
Okay, go see if you can get a crit.
Oh, I got 23.
Okay, 23. He is smoking the bad shit. He is smoking the really bad shit. I'm talking like, matter of fact, the moment he takes a puff of this, I have to make a roll because this is a thing.
Can I stop him?
Can you stop him before he smokes it?
Can I roll a dexterity saving? Is it a dexterity?
It would be a dexterity saving throw, yes.
Okay, yeah, I want to try to stop him from actually smoking that.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, before you can do it.
If you fail, I'm just going to say that he puffs it before you get to him.
Yeah, if I fail, it might actually work either way. We might win-win. So if something bad happens to him, that's on us. That's good for us. If I can stop him, I might be able to offer him some good stuff.
Sure.
Oh, critical fail.
Yeah, all right. So I have to roll.
Yeah, so I got a 4 total, but I've critically failed. So unless you critically... Well, wait, you have to roll. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I have to roll.
Him, right?
All right, so I've got the roll for what happens. Now I have to roll to see if it's a good or bad one. So it's another 1d20. It's a bad one.
Bad for him or bad for us?
All right. Oh, actually, no. Hold up. No, it's automatically a bad one because he's smoking the bad shit. Okay. All right. So I didn't have to roll for that, but that's good. I still know what the roll was. So.
Oh, will I be able to know what he what happened to him?
You will know what happens to him. And you can explain it once it happens. Or I can explain it better.
Tell me what it is, and I will react as Mateo. Tony?
Yeah, hang on.
Okay, I'm just making sure I didn't get kicked out again.
Okay.
Oh, God.
He literally gets the jitters. He quite literally gets the jitters. He cannot stand still for the next 10 minutes.
Oh, God.
So you see him moving and shaking and just like he's twitching and shit, and he just continues to talk to you like normal though.
Okay. I'm going to
But
I feel like I should give him a contact buzz to kind of see if I can cancel out. What would I do in order to cancel that out, Tony?
In order to cancel out the effects of a regular joint, you would have to give him one of the special joints. So one of the gray ones.
Ooh.
You would have to the gray ones do more than what you intend them to do. However, there is something that could happen that's even worse, depending on how you go about giving it to him.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually roll a joint. Let me do. Actually, you know what? Let me pull it out, and I'm going to look at him and be like, and explain to him, I know that no disrespect to you. I'm sure you get what you can down here, but I'm going to actually, but where I'm from, and I'm going to remove my hood. I look at him, and from where I'm from, I get the good shit.
He looks at you, and he's flabbergasted. Like, he has never seen your kind before, but he's heard of your kind in stories. So he is flabbergasted, and he knows for a fact that you know what you're talking about. He's like, dude, please tell me you've got the good shit. Because all we've got down here is the bad stuff.
Rhaegar, I think he's like really loving the high. So I think that
he's saying this while twitching too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try to. Oh, I know what you meant by bet. I know what you meant bet. That's actually what I'm trying to do. I know we're not supposed to haggle, but I feel like if we get in his good graces, that's actually we're not actually attempting to haggle. It's just maybe he can be a decent guy.
Yeah.
Because if he's kind of chill and calm and laid back, I feel like he could be. Because I'm not gonna ask him. I'm just gonna see if he'll do it on his own. Tony, I actually, when I took my hood off, I showed him my pouch.
Yeah.
What I had.
Okay, so he does see your pouch. Okay.
Yeah, not the gray one. I keep that one somewhere else.
Okay. So the way that would you like for me to explain how this drug works to those that don't know?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So for my listeners and for my players who do not know what this drug is, this is a very magical version of a joint. And in this world, the drug itself is called grass. So the way that grass works is that there are multiple colors of this type of grass. Okay. So there is red, purple, green, blue, yellow, gray, and gold. The solid colors, if you smoke them, all of them except for gray and gold have what's called wild joint magic surge. So wild joint magic surge is a homebrew version of wild magic surge for those that are D&D nerds. So I created a wild joint surge table, and it can be good or it can be very bad. So depending on what you roll for the solid color, if you roll a 1 to 10, it's bad on a D20. You roll an 11 or 20, it's good. However, you roll a nat 1, you get 2 bad things. If you roll a nat 20, you get 2 good things. Each of the joints does something different. For example, in this case, let's say that Mouse decided to smoke up a yellow one. Yellow represents lightning. So not only would he get a good effect if he rolled for good or bad, depending on how he rolls, But he could also get, in addition to that, extra damage based off the element type the color represents. So yellow being lightning, he gets lightning damage for 1 exact turn. And the more he smokes it, the longer it lasts. However, the gray one and the gold ones are special. The gray one is specifically designed to weed out those who are within Mouse's clan or his group. And if you smoke a gray one and you're not part of his group, quote unquote, it will kill you instantly. Just a 1-hit KO. If you survive it, that means you're on good graces with father and mother. Therefore, you're friends of the clan. The gold one, however, is even more special, and it's the rarest of all 6. Or 7. All 7, sorry. The gold one can only be found where Mouse's hometown is from. And the gold one has the capacity for divine magic. So it can cure you just about of any illness or disease or wound or whatever. And on top of that, for 1 turn, it gives you divine strike. So you can do divine strike for 1 turn, and the more you smoke it, the longer it lasts. So essentially, it's like you smoking paladin magic or cleric magic and getting their innate abilities by smoking the joint. However, it's the rarest of all of them. So finding that one specific color is like almost near impossible unless you're Mouse himself. Right now, Mouse is in a situation where that the seller just smoked what's called the bad joints. And the way that you get a bad joint is if you mix specific colors and make them to where that they're 2 colors or more in one. The more colors you add, the worse it gets. So, Mouse, I'm going to say that you saw this individual smoke a red-blue joint, which is fire and water for those that are listening. So does everybody got that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right. I know that's a lot to handle all in one go, but that's how Mouse's joints work. Mouse specifically has this thing for his joints that have magical properties to them, and that is the basic rundown of how it works. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's the basic rundown. So just so everybody is clear on how it actually works. But Mouse, you just saw him he just smoked fire and water, and only you as a character know that, and you know that that's one of the bad ones. That's one of the ones that causes some really, really bad shit to happen. And you're just glad that it's not more than 2 colors. Because had it been 3 or 4,
if it had killed him just now, we would have gotten 8 creatures right now.
There would have been like a 90% chance.
Figured out how to get this guy out of here too.
Yeah, if it had been more than 2 colors, like 3 or 4, he would for sure have been dead.
You could always do like a mix yourself.
I am not going to do that, because if it kills him, that is bad for me, because that goes against who I am.
Yeah, forget about that.
But yeah, so what do you do in this situation?
I feel like I should try to help him. So I wanna roll him a joint made with the purple, the one that I have.
Okay, so purple being earth. In this case, Earth. There's one other thing I forgot to mention that was briefly mentioned in an earlier episode. Purple in this world represents Earth. Green represents poison. And green is the only one of the 5 solid colors that automatically gives you a bad wild joint surge, because it represents poison. So keep that in mind. But you give him one of the purple ones. Represents Earth.
I roll him a joint using purple.
Okay.
And I think what was it? It was what 2 joints out of each piece that I have, or is it? Well, how many joints can I roll from each?
You can if you take I think it was 2. I believe it was 2. So you have to take 2 in order for it to work.
Okay. So I've only done like. You know what? I think I'll use up with the rest because I did actually give a little bit of purple.
You did give a little bit. You gave a pinch of the purple.
Use up what's. I know, but it was. I feel like that. Well, you know what? Okay, I guess I can divide that back up.
I would say that you can use half of the purple that you've got left, and it will counteract the negative effects of this bad roll.
All right, yeah, that's what I do. I go ahead and light it up for him, and I pass it to him.
Okay. He snatches it quick like.
Do I have to roll? I'm taking a puff first before I give it to him.
No. He lets you puff it first if you want to puff it first. Yeah,
Do I have to roll for it though?
Yes. So, you need to roll a 1d20 first. 1 through 10 is bad. 11 through 20 is good.
Oh,
3 is bad.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. Now I need you to roll 2d20, and that will determine what happens to you.
25.
25. So you... Okay. So this won't affect you specifically. But you honestly, you know what? You actually don't feel anything because you don't have this specific thing that this affects. So nothing happens to you.
Loophole.
Yeah, there are loopholes for each one of them for good and bad. So there are ways to either counteract bad stuff, or there are actually ways to enhance the good stuff. So for you just found a way to counteract one of the bad abilities.
It was like my years of substance of using this substance. I've got a higher tolerance.
Basically, yeah.
Well, not really, but we're just gonna say that.
Sure. If it makes you sleep at night, we'll go with that.
Yeah. I can't believe I survived.
But yeah, you are unaffected by the bad effects for your puff.
I pass it to him, and then before I exhale, I turn towards Norbit and I exhale on him.
Okay. That actually will affect Norbit. Funny enough. So okay, before we do Norbit's roll.
Yep.
The guy takes a puff. The guy takes a puff and it counteracts where I'm not even going to roll for it. It counteracts his negative effect and he goes back to being normal. Norbit, same thing that Mouse just did. You need to roll a 1d20, no modifiers. 1 through 10 is bad. 11 through 20 is good.
Give me a second.
Okay.
13.
You get a good roll. So now I need you to roll a 2d20, no modifiers, and that will determine what the good thing is that happens to you.
How you doing over there, Rhaegar?
22. Okay, give me a second to find number 22.
I'm doing fine. Y'all forgetting. You're not fucking with me this game.
Nope.
I know. I'm just saying though. Like, how you doing over there?
Okay. Norbit, you instantly feel smarter to the point that any question that you ask for, I'm going to make the roll for you. Okay. Give me a second. I got to find the dice for it. You maxed out. For the next 10 hours, any question that you ask, you instantly know the answer, and you know if it's the right answer or the wrong answer.
I'm going to ask why the dragon is pissed.
You know that the dragon is initially chaotic evil. So the fact that he's trapped in this cage and he is being put into slavery, quote unquote, he's not happy about it. He wants to be free.
Got it. So basically, what I'm hearing is, at the minute, I basically have all-knowing intelligence.
You basically, for the next 10 hours, know everything.
Detector. You're a lie detector.
You're like a lie detector. Yeah, you're like a lie detector.
I have Master DM powers right now of intelligence.
Yeah, so none of your abilities go up or down or anything. It's more like you are like a walking, talking lie detector. So if you ask any questions, I have to answer them, and if I answer them in a way that you think is a lie, you can instantly crit on it like an insight check, and I will tell you if it's a lie or if it's the truth.
So if the person tries to lie, it's pretty much like a truth serum then.
It's basically like a truth serum, yes.
Okay, so instead of a lie detector, you're just a walking, talking truth serum.
Basically yes.
A supercomputer.
You're like a supercomputer, yeah.
And you were worried.
Whenever it comes to do with anything that you suggest, I'm worried.
You want to see a trick?
Hey, I mean, if you want to try and do it while that dragon's there,
no. Actually, I want to look at the collector, and I want to go and ask him how he feels right now. Does he feel better?
He looks at you as chill as possible, and he says, "I am so glad you are who you are because I feel so much better now. I have not had the good stuff in years. That all we have here in this town and all the dealers sell is the bad stuff, and that we're at the point where we're addicted to it now." So,
Tony, what was the name of the last town we were in? I don't think I wrote that. Oh, Filleted? Wait.
Filleted.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and tell them, well, if you open up business in Filleted, there's a shop there that will be going into business with my people.
He looks ecstatic about this. And he's
I could probably get you a discount.
He looks even more ecstatic. He's like, let me guess. For the discount, you want a discount on one of the monsters, am I correct?
I'm not saying it. Are you saying it?
You give me a discount on the good shit, and the fact that you told me where to find it, I'll give you a discount on one of the monsters.
What's your name?
He says his name is Joe.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Matter of fact, he pulls back his hood. He pulls back his hood. He's a human, and he has a mullet, and it's blonde.
I hate you so much right now.
Oh my god!
Ladies and germs, this is a comedy D&D podcast. So if you hadn't figured that out already, welcome to my world.
Tony, please tell me you're not referencing what I think you're referencing.
He not be referencing what you think he's referencing.
You know what he's referencing. You know what it is. You know what this guy represents.
Off of this man.
I am just going to casually continue to drink my drink.
Yeah.
And contemplate the fact that you'll never financially recover from this.
Okay, Tiger King.
All right. So after he does that, I get his name and
shit.
Let's see. All right. Which one do you want, Norbit? Is there one you're eyeballing the most?
To be honest, either the Basilisk or the Ankleo. I'm leaning towards. I'm thinking the Ankleo for the defense side, since look at what it's gonna have to fucking fight. But then again, the Basilisk.
So I will say, I'll give you the stats for whichever one you buy, but remember, the guy tells you that basically what he's doing is he's giving you a discount on one of the monsters you saw up there, but you're basically outbidding the person who originally bought it. So he's basically saying that whichever one you choose, he's going to take the money he got from that monster specifically, send it back to the person who bought it, and send them a note saying that somebody gave me more than what you offered. So there is the potential that that individual could also outbuy you before.
I offer him a lifetime membership to the shop.
Okay.
For him to send the money back and keep this dragon away from him.
He says he can do the first one, but he can't do the second one only because of the fact that the second thing you asked would put him on his deathbed.
Okay, I got you.
It's one of those situations where
so if we said he does that guy will offer more money, right?
He says that if you offer him what you just offered, where he gets a lifetime discount on the good shit if he goes to the city of Filleted, that he will send the money back and tell the person who bought the monster that the person who bought this outpaid them, and he's no longer going to sell or have bids for this monster. So you basically get like whichever monster you pick, it's yours.
Yeah, I know, but instead of the haggle, what if instead tell him that if he still wants it, he needs to pay more?
That's basically what will happen, is that there's the potential that could happen.
So, we're not buying this monster. We're allowing him to get even more money for something that he already has sold.
Okay, so here's the thing about that, though, is that if you go about it that way, then you're basically giving him money to do nothing with, and then you're going to have to find a way to pay for the ticket, and you're going to have to pay for it the more expensive version, which is to become a attendee, quote unquote. So you're just there to watch the fight and make bids on the monsters. Whereas the ticket in order to fight a monster is cheaper because you're providing the entertainment for people. So they give you a discount for that ticket.
Okay.
So your two options are buy a monster and get a cheaper ticket, or don't buy a monster, go get a more expensive ticket and make bids and hope that the monsters you bid on will give you your money back.
I still think we should just buy a monster.
What do y'all think? Rhaegar, I want your input on this too.
Rhaegar wants nothing to do with animal trafficking.
Here's something, right? With my character's new 10-hour all-knowingness, I'm gonna ask Tone which has the best stats.
You're gonna ask your bird?
No.
You're gonna ask her. He goes. Purr, purr, purr.
He purrs means that you're shit out of luck, son.
I'm gonna ask the bloke who owns the fucking.
Okay, all right. So no, I can't answer that due to the fact that that's something that's outside of your power. Your power is more lines of if you were to ask this guy in front of you who's selling the monsters which one is the strongest, he could tell you that, but he's not going to give you a stat block until
I'll do that one then. Just find out whichever's the strongest.
The strongest is a tie between the owlbear or the minotaur. As far as stealth wise, the stealthiest is between the basilisk or the giant scorpion. The ones with the most abilities are either the water weird, the werewolf, the manticore, or the ankylosaurus.
Good.
But the ankylosaurus, he does tell you, is actually the weakest of the 8.
Oh.
Even though he is... The reason why that he is more expensive than the scorpion is because of what you guys stated earlier of his armor. He has the most HP out of all of them.
Gotcha. Very good. Alright,
what do you think?
I was going to ask you, judging off those hidden essentially we got.
I'm cool with to see what we can do as far as using one of his monsters for the competition.
Yeah.
What ideas he has.
So you're wanting to buy a monster.
Let's see what we can get. Yeah, let's see what we can get. What does he offer?
Okay, so you know just from what I told you earlier that the cheapest one is the giant scorpion. And you do know that originally you would have to spend half of your gold plus the ring of feather falling in order to buy it. Now he's going to say that you can keep the ring of feather falling and spend half of your gold, and he'll give you the giant scorpion.
What about the owlbear?
The owlbear would be about the price of the half of his gold and ring of feather falling.
Oh, we'll do that then. That's fine.
The owlbear? Okay.
Yeah. So what I do is I open my bag and I pull out shit bag out of my bag.
Okay.
And he's gnawing on that bone, he's growling, thinking I'm going to take it from him. And I pull I untie the string, because I used the bowstring from my bow back when it broke, because that's all I had left of it. I untie the bowstring, slide the ring off of it, and I hand him that. And how much gold?
Half of whatever you currently have right now. So it'd be 275, I believe. So 275 gold plus the ring of feather falling, and he'll give you the owlbear.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, would that also be 275 for the scorpion as well, then?
It would be just 275 for the scorpion without the ring, so he would be able to keep the ring.
Right, so if he's going to buy the owlbear, then why shouldn't I buy the...
You could if you wanted to.
Do you want the scorpion?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking, right, if we've got two monsters, that gives us double the chance.
There's also the potential chance that if your two animals or your two monsters fight one another, then one of you is going to lose gold, depending on which one loses.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Be fun.
We could all go in. I can just tell them that y'all are my animal tamers.
Yeah.
Could that work, Tony? To get them in with as a team effort, but it's only one monster?
Okay, so...
that way we all stand as an attendee.
Okay, so you can do that, but in order to do that, you all still have to pitch in gold equal to the amount of the tickets that are worth for your entry in.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though.
Yeah, so, okay, so when you specifically, because you bought the monster and it's under your name, you do get a bigger discount than Norbit and Rhaegar will get.
Please. I would like to put it under Rhaegar's name.
Why? Oh, come on, man. Don't fuck with me tonight as well.
Alright, okay, here's the deal then. If you do that and put it under Rhaegar's name, you're going to be spending more.
Will you be sneaking around while the thing's going around? The event? Will you be doing
I was planning on hanging out at the gambling table.
There's gambling?
Of course there's going to be fucking gambling going on.
There is going to be the biggest gambling section that's going to be here is going to be the gambling on the monsters. But there is for sure going to be other gambling stuff there that you can do. A matter of fact, if you ask the guy who's selling you these monsters, he can tell you a little bit more information about where you're going.
Okay, yeah. I ask him give it more.
So he tells you that he's never been there himself, but he does know from his contacts that the place you're going is technically in another dimension, and in this dimension is the equivalent of a giant casino within a giant arena in the middle of it.
What?
So, Rhaegar, you're still going to have to participate in animal trafficking, but the worst part of it. Because that's the gambling. Because that's the gambling. That's the gambling. I'm not putting your name under. I'm just saying, that's the...
Okay, so it's not as bad as Mouse is laying it out. So you specifically, if you go and make bets on the fights...
I said I was hanging out there. I didn't say I was going to be placing...
Yeah, I'm not saying that you are. I'm saying that if you were to do it, then yes, Mouse would be correct. But if you don't make any bets on the fights, then you're just there to watch. That's all you're doing. But there's other stuff you can do there. based off what this handler just told Mouse. That it's basically the equivalent of this giant casino with a giant arena in the middle of the casino, and it's in a different dimension.
Okay, so all right, so there's going to be people that we should keep an eye out for, more than likely. Rhaegar, would you be willing to keep an eye out, like kind of spy?
Yeah, I'll scout.
Like,
I'll scout.
Man, awesome. That's great, because that'll definitely help us, because we're still trying to find the poachers, and we have to. I'm sure we're going to eventually see him, Adam, but maybe if we can find him before we have to face him, that'd be great.
Okay. All right, so do you go and give him the money and the ring and everything?
Yeah,
okay.
The ring and the money.
Norbit, are you going to go through with your thing, or do you want to just...
No, I'll just
okay, cool. All right, so he goes and takes you guys back up to his hut. He goes and gets the paperwork. He writes it out for you in very neat, descriptive details stating that you own this monster now. The owlbear literally belongs to you now. So whatever happens, it's all on you. But the owlbear will be going into the fight because he will be delivering the owlbear to the arena under your name. Got it?
Sweet.
Awesome. Rhaegar, we're going to you now. Yours is going to be shorter than the other two. But you do manage to go to one of the 5 trolleys that lead up to the city of Lezery. You see a guard standing there, and he looks to you and says, payment?
Yeah, sure. How much?
It will be 50 gold pieces per person. 50 gold pieces per person.
For transport?
Yes.
Come on.
Haggle. Come on, dude, haggle.
There's got to be something you can do here.
Look, brother. I don't make the rules, man. I work here. I've got to make my money somehow. I don't even like this job, to be honest. I'm just here.
You gotta sympathize with me, man. I'm just a traveler. I'm just trying to get my way. I'm trying to explore. You don't think 50 gold in this neighborhood is a little bit out of context, is a little bit out of whack, just to fucking...
That very statement is the reason why it was put at 50 gold. Look, like, I've been trying to get up to that city for over 10 years now, and haven't been able to even remotely come close to the amount in order to get onto one of these trolleys and head up there myself. So
I'll tell you what. Let's work together. I'll give you 20 gold for the travel, and I'll give you 10 that you can keep to yourself.
Roll me a persuasion check.
The haggles.
Does a 14 work?
He looks at you and he says, I'll tell you what, give me 30 gold pieces to me specifically. I'll let you get on the trolley for 15.
That's a discount of 5. This motherfucker is... Oh, you gotta be he's taking the piss, man. Come on.
Hey, the dice tell the story, brother.
Is he is he like an official, like, security personnel, like a cop or whatever this world's equivalent is?
Think of him more like a hotel guard.
So he has no legal power?
No.
Is he likely to get back up if I was to try and persuade him in a different manner?
Depending on what you roll, maybe.
Can I roll perception?
Yes.
9.
9? Yeah, you just see him sitting there looking at you. He is,
okay.
The way that he's sitting right now is that he's behind a booth, and there's like the glass thing in front of him, blocking you and him.
Yeah, having seen quite a few D&D TikTokers when the DM's trying to, describe intimidation checks, I don't think I want to fall into this trap.
Come on,
it's a discount of 5. I was offering 20 for the actual travel and 10 that he can keep for himself.
The dice tell the story, brother. That's all I gotta tell you.
Are there any more of these
Could have been worse.
clerks?
I mean, he could have raised the price just because you tried to bribe him.
I mean, I'm assuming he's not the only clerk here.
There are 5, but in order to get to the next one closest to you, you need to go either east or west. Because you headed north.
Fuck it. Okay, take 45 out of my gold.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Hoping you go.
So he looks at you. He takes the gold and he says, "If you'll step right up this way, please." Chroma does hand him the 50 gold pieces and just slides it over to him and says, "I've already been through this before. I know how it goes."
Chroma's a pussy.
Chroma goes in there with you.
He doesn't say it. No, he doesn't deny it.
I'm gonna walk. As I walk past the booth, I look at the guy and I say, "You really need to fucking work on your attitude."
You guys get into the trolley and you start heading up, and you get halfway up, and Chroma kind of nudges your shoulder a little bit, and he dangles a bag in front of you.
What's this?
Open it up and find out.
Perception?
Yeah.
15.
It's your 45 bags of gold that you just gave to the guy.
45 bags of gold?
Or 45 gold pieces. It's the bag that you handed him of the 45 gold coins.
This actually 45 bags of 1 gold.
And you just talk crap to him.
This
He's giving you your gold back. He just snatched it from this guy.
Nah, I'm gonna wave it off. I'm gonna tell Chroma to keep it.
Says, all right, it's up to you. But he takes the 2 bags that he snatched off the guy as you guys were walking by and puts them into his bag. So you basically got on this thing for free.
Chroma 45 to go uptown.
But anyway, you guys managed to make your way up to the top side of the city. And it is a lot different than it was in the city of Letath. In the city of Lezery, as you approach the floating rock, I'm going to read to you what you see. The city of Lezery was built atop a floating rock and is truly a wonder to behold. Its elegance is matched by the backdrop of gentle mountaintops which have helped shape the city into what it is today. The skyline is spreading with elegant skyscrapers, and they seem to be continuously evolving as new additions are added even now to this day. It is as if you are reaching out to the night sky and touching the stars with your hands. During the day, the city is mostly quiet, with its people going about their workshops trying to create the next big invention. But during the night, however, the city itself is almost feels like it has come to life. The scientists who created this floating rock and most of the advanced technology we have today were of great importance, but none were as important to this city than those of the 2 individuals known as David and Alice. David and Alice Ridran, to be exact. David and Alice are the ones who created this enormous city structure in all of its glory. However, something in the city of Lezery does not seem right. Something in this city is amiss. But welcome to the city of Lezery, Rhaegar. So
I'm gonna turn to Chroma and I'm gonna ask him if he can point me in the direction of a tailor, specifically a tailor that is likely to get the business of not necessarily the people at the highest tier of the council, but maybe it's the tailor that their assistants go to.
He looks to you and says, well, I can definitely do that. So the way this city works that we're at right now, it's layered. So in order to get to the shops, we need to go to the second layer. So we need to actually go downstairs. The top layer, the one we're standing on right now, is the main structure of the city. And this is where the council themselves live at, plus the scientists. This is like housing up here for them. So in order to get to the shops, we need to go down a level.
Okay, then lead the way.
Okay. He leads you to the second level. Mouse and Norbit, however, you guys need to decide if you're going to head towards Lezery now, or are you going to wait?
Ooh, I'm okay with heading now.
Okay. So the closest one to you is on the south end, so you need to go to that one in order to take that trolley up there. You see this shady-looking individual. The glass booth that he's sitting in is a lot dirtier than the one that Rhaegar saw. He looks to you and goes, "Yeah, it'll be 100 gold pieces each."
You guys got fucked.
I'm gonna turn around to him and go, I'll give you 20. Take it or leave it.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Why with disadvantage?
I'm just...
He doesn't like your face.
Just go with it. Persuasion with disadvantage.
Let's see, where's my persuasion skill?
It's gonna be so hilarious if he gets a crit and a critical fail.
Yeah. So the 5 there, I'm not even... Is there even any point in rolling after that? Oh, look at that.
5. He looks to you, Norbit, and says, "Fuck off, bitch."
I'm off to the next one, but first I'm gonna kick the backside of his fucking carriage.
You kick the carriage, and it doesn't budge at all. Mouse, what do you do? Are you going with him, or are you going to try to...
Fuck it, I'll just fly up there on Pigeon. What am I doing?
That's what I'm sitting here thinking. I'm like, you have Pigeon. You could fly up there.
I completely forgot.
You just got owned by a random NPC, knowing that you have a flying robotic pigeon that could have just took you there. Good job. Mouse, what are you going to do? Because you can't fly.
Oh, can he?
If Pigeon tries to pick Mouse up with you on him, you will have the likelihood of crashing.
Question for the DM.
Yes, sir.
How long would it take for Pigeon to fly up to Lezery from where they currently are?
In D&D time frame, it'll take you roughly about around 15 minutes.
Never mind then. I'm sure you probably already know what I was going to say, but I was going to say you said...
Yeah,
like 10 minutes, I was like...
Yeah, it'll take you about... With you riding on Pigeon just by yourself, it'll take about 15 minutes.
Alright, never mind then. I'll just fly up on my own then.
Okay. Bye, Mouse, what do you do, friend?
I'm actually going to pay.
You're not going to pay?
No, I'm going to pay.
Oh, you're going to pay. Okay.
$100.
But I'm also going to use sleight of hand in order to
I figured you might.
Get it back.
I figured you might.
I will actually also pay for Norbit.
Okay.
I'm already gone.
Oh, you're already gone?
He's already gone. Norbit's already gone.
Okay.
So pay for yourself and then do sleight of hand to see if you can sneak some gold away.
Also, I'm going to get Pigeon to shit on his car.
Sure.
I will sit away from the shit.
It's going to splash and hit Mouse right in the ear.
I would like to use a luck point.
Okay.
I would like to use another luck point. What?
Okay, that's 2.
For those who were listening, I rolled the same roll twice.
Hey, you should all let Pigeon shit on you. It's good luck.
I would like to roll another time, please.
Last luck point of the day.
The actual crap.
Last luck point of the day. Whatever you roll on this roll is what you get.
Wait, before you roll, Pigeon's shit's going to splash and hit you for good luck.
That's the help action, so you'll get this roll with advantage.
Oh my goodness.
You're welcome.
Roll again to see if you get higher.
Oh my god.
What did you roll?
Horrible rolls. I rolled 11.
Okay.
The best one.
So you give him the 100 gold pieces. However, you do see that there is a little cubby as you walk past that has some coins in it, you snatch half of those coins. You manage to get back 2 gold pieces, 5 silver, and 3 copper.
Is there
let me write
2 gold pieces, 5 silver, and I think I said, 10 copper?
I think.
Yeah, 10 copper.
Also, Mouse, at least you're getting the bod rolls out now.
Unless this is a long series of bad rolls. Those are some shit rolls. For those listening,
he rolled a
2-12, a 4, 11, and then a 5.
I'll repeat what he said because he did cut out a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
So he rolled 2 12s, a 4, 11, and then a 5. And the last 2 numbers were with his advantage. So with the 11, he managed to get 2 gold pieces back, 5 silver pieces, and 10 copper pieces back from the little cubby that he saw. All right, but you take the trolley up, and you both, Norbit and Mouse, managed to get up to the city of Lezery. So, Rhaegar, you landed on the north side of the city of Lezery. Mouse and Norbit, you're on the south side. So, there are signs everywhere leading you in the directions of where you can go. And there are stairs leading down because you are on the top layer. There is a sign that's next to the stairs that points down the stairs and says that the next layer down is the shopping district. But I will say that that you guys still have a couple of hours left before the fight, so I highly suggest that all of you go find a tavern or something to kind of get a little bit of a break, and then I'll say as the DM will end it there when you guys go to the tavern. So you guys want to go do that now?
I mean, I'm on the shopping district. Is that where the taverns
are?
are?
So all the taverns, like the inns, shopping stuff, they're all on the second level. So, in order for you guys to meet up, you all have to go to the level 2.
Sure.
Good.
All right, I can go to the tailors in the next session. Yeah, I'll go to the tavern just now.
Okay. So, do you want to use your phone, Rhaegar, and tell the Mouse and Norbit to meet you at one of the taverns?
I can do, but first I'll have to ask Chroma if he can give me the name and the location of a tavern first.
He says there is one called the Everlasting. I gotta find it. I know it's called Everlasting something. Everlasting Portal.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So, do you want to phone Mouse and Norbit and let them know you're going to the Everlasting Portal, Tavern and Inn?
Yeah, sure.
Roll a communication check. 1d20, no modifiers.
14.
14? Okay, yeah, you managed to do that. So Mouse and Norbit, both of your phones go off in your bag. You answer it.
I'm gonna answer it and be like, new phone, who dis?
Same.
Okay, so before you say that, you hear Rhaegar tell you that he's going to meet you guys at the Everlasting Portal, which is a tavern and inn on the second level. You repeat those words, that new phone who dis back. Both of you roll a communication check. 1d20, no modifiers.
11.
Okay.
Wait, 10 or 20?
It's 1d20.
Okay, 14.
Okay. So, Mouse, yours comes out loud and clear. So you say new phone who dis. Norbit, on the other hand, all Rhaegar can hear from your message is new phone. But he gets the gist of what you're saying, basically. Do you want to respond to that, Rhaegar, or do you just want to close your phone and leave it at that and meet them at the tavern?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, so you guys travel It's not in the dead center of level 2, but it's around that same general area. You guys follow the signs. Of course, Chroma takes you directly there, Rhaegar, because he knows his way around Lezery. Mouse and Norbit, you follow the signs leading to the everlasting portal. You come to this tavern, and it literally looks like a tavern that is made out of space matter. So it's like, it's all black, and you can see that there is a magical aura surrounding this tavern that makes it look like that stars are surrounding the tavern, and constellations are constantly moving around this tavern. It's pretty dope looking. You guys go in, and you're literally walking into space. Like, you're quite literally walking into space, and there are tables and all sorts of other stuff that are laid about just like a normal tavern are. But you walk in, and it literally looks like you're walking in the middle of space that a tavern is in. So, you guys go and get yourself a room, and that's where we will end the session.
What's going on, everybody? My name is the MacLeod93, and I play as Rhaegar, the Dragonborn Barbarian, over here on the Dirty 20 podcast. If you'd like to see more of me, then feel free to head on over to my streaming channel, twitch.tv/TheMayhemVote93. As well as that, you can always check out my own tabletop role-playing podcast, Guardian Down, on YouTube. The channel name is the exact same thing, just without 93. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, because we've had a great time creating it for you, and we would love to hear some feedback down in the comments below.
Hello, my name's Ellis, otherwise known as Eli in the Discord of the Dirty 20 podcast. I play Norbit as well as one other character for a short time, and if you want to find me anywhere else, twitch.tv/LSCW. You want to come hang out with me there. And I hope you enjoy the podcast.
Are you seeking some slick new gaming gear to add to your arsenal? Our friends over at Inked Gaming have developed their site into a one-stop shop for all of your tabletop gaming needs. From vibrant-looking dice to cleverly designed dice bags to sweet sleeves, playmats, and a whole lot more. Their site is rich with quality goods that will help you up your game. Team Inked has been a friendly, reliable supplier to the gaming community for nearly 10 years, and we want them to continue growing for the next 100. In fact, we love their products so much that they didn't even approach us to promote them on our podcast. We wanted to utilize our affiliation with Inked to let people know about their gear. So head on over to inkedgaming.com today and get your hands on some awesome gear that matches your game and your style.